Haribol. Krishna. Haribol.
Haribol, ma'am.
Okay naman po yung sound ko.
Yes, ma'am. Okay naman po.
Haribol everyone. Krishna Krishna. Krishna. Yeah. Haribol. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutade Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Itinamine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Itinamine Namo Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate Namo Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate Raja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta-vrinda Raja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta-vrinda Haribol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribol 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 Haribol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur. 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 Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bol, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hare Bol, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Haribol, Haribol. Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Salamat po, Haribol. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya. Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale.
Haribol, thank you very much, Elinet, for the wonderful kirtan. Kunin mo yung ano.
Aribo,
Nadidinig
sir.
mo ba ako
Mahina po
maigi?
yung audio nyo po.
Mahina, no? Okay na, sandali lang. You can't hear. Nandun sa taas. Nandun. There. Lagyan mo dito. Haribol, do I sound good now?
Mahina pa rin po, sir.
Mahina pa rin, sandali lang ha.
Ayan po.
Speak, microphone.
Ayan, okay na po, sir.
Okay na? Okay na ako? O yan. O sige. So anyway, thank you very much, Elinet and Bam, for the wonderful kirtan. I'd like to welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam class. Okay, but before anything else, let us offer our obeisances and respects and gratitude. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Siddhasvarupananda Paramahamsa iti namine Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adigor Bhaktavrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Thank you very much, Mr. Freddy.
Namaste.
Namaste. So I hope everyone is feeling good today or tonight, depending on where you are. Okay, so all right. Let us continue our reading and discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam. Our first reader would be Mr. Pravin. Am I right?
Haribol.
Can you mention which part of Srimad Bhagavatam we are? Canto 2?
We are at text 17. This is a Canto 2, Chapter 6. I believe we are on text 17.
Text 17.
Yes,
Text
sir.
7.
Text 7 or 17?
7.
Text 7, Mr. Pravin.
Okay. Haribol.
Okay.
Thus, the forward steps of the Lord are the shelter for the upper, lower, and heavenly planets, as well as for all that we need. His lotus feet serve as protection from all kinds of fear.
Hold on. We already read this.
Yes, sir. I
You know-
believe we are in 17, 1-7.
Go ahead. Put it on 17. We already tackled this. 17 na tayo. That's text 8.
Haribol. Yes, sir. 17 na po.
Kaya nga, 70 na nga. There you go. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Okay, Haribol. The
Haribol.
sun illuminates both internally and externally by expanding its radiation. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by expanding his universal form, maintains everything in the creation, both internally and externally. The universal form of the Lord, or the impersonal feature of the Lord, known as the Brahmajyoti, is clearly explained here and compared to the radiation of the sun. The sunshine may expand all over the universe, but the source of the sunshine, namely the sun planet or the deity known as Suryanarayan, is the basis of such radiation. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, is the basis of the impersonal Brahmajyoti radiation or the impersonal feature of the Lord. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, text 27. So the universal form of the Lord is the secondary imagination of the impersonal form of the Lord. But the primary form of the Lord is a Shamasundar with two hands playing on his eternal flute. 75% of the expansive radiation of the Lord is manifested in the spiritual sky, Tripada Vibhuti, and 25% of his personal radiation comprehends the entire expansion of the material universes. This is also explained and stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text 42. Thus, the 75% expansion of his radiation is called his internal energy, whereas the 25% expansion is called the external energy of the Lord. The living entities who are residents of the spiritual as well as the material expansions are his marginal energy, Tathastha Shakti, and they are at liberty to live in either of the energies, internal or external or internal. Those who live within the spiritual expansion of the Lord are called liberated souls, whereas the residents of the external expansion are called the conditioned souls. We can just make an estimate of the number of the residents of the internal expansions in comparison with the number of residents in the external energy, and may easily conclude that the liberated souls are far more numerous than the conditioned souls. Haribol.
Haribol, thank you very much, Mr. Praveen. So, very clear here that Srimad Bhagavatam, we learn from Srimad Bhagavatam how Krishna is the source of everything. He is the source of all material as well as spiritual cosmic manifestation. And, you know, the material worlds, the material universes, these are all simply the expansion, the expansion of Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Because you have to remember, the entire material cosmic manifestation is simply just the body of Krishna, as it is commonly known as Virat Rupa, or the universal form of the Lord. In other words, he is both inside and outside of everything simultaneously. And just like the sun, Srila Bhaktivedanta has given the example of the sun, the sun globe. All right, it actually from the sun globe emanates all light in this world, in the material world. All the light that we see comes from the sun globe. But at the same time, it is only 25% of its power that is giving the light. Inside it, inside the sun globe is 75% of the light is still there. So you can just imagine the power or the potency of the sun globe. Yeah. And Krishna being equated with the sun actually has his external manifestation, internal manifestation simultaneously. That's why it is described that in Srimad Bhagavatam that the material world constitute only a fourth of the whole of the spiritual world. If you compare, in other words, the material world is just a fourth of the entirety of the spiritual cosmic manifestation. The material world is actually part of the spiritual world. It is part of the spiritual world. In other words, all of the manifestations coming from Krishna is in every way part of Krishna, even the material world. Even if you see that the material world is a desolate place, it is a desolate place. It is a place where living beings go, yeah, to learn their lessons well, yeah, and the material world is designed by Krishna to be a place of suffering, to be a place of pain, of anxiety. It is a place where souls like us are allowed to go to experience our being God, because the reason why we're here in the material world is because of our enviousness of Krishna. We actually want to be enjoying separately from Krishna. In other words, our natural condition is that we are all servants of Krishna, right? That is our natural condition. However, this natural condition becomes unnatural. It becomes unnatural for us when we are in the material world, because we think that the material world is a place of enjoyment. It is a place where I could play God. I could play the imitation of God. No? Just a glimpse of the thought that, you know, I want to enjoy just like Krishna, yeah, will make a person leave the spiritual world. You might probably say, sir, aren't we all happy already in the spiritual world? How come the individual living beings or the Jiva-Atma fell down in the material world? How come we're in the material world right now? And instead of enjoying our natural condition as servants of Krishna and happily serving God, serving Krishna, because that is really who we are and what we are originally, but how come we came down here? Anybody who wants to answer that? Anybody from the audience who wants to answer that?
Because we have the desire to be enjoyer like Krishna, and we don't want to instead We don't want to serve Krishna, we want to be served. We want to be like mini Krishna, mini gods.
Yes, that's right, Rhea. But the thing is that why does it push us to do that? I mean, who is pushing that? Yeah, who is pushing that? And where is it coming from? The desire to enjoy separately from Krishna. You know why? Because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. We have the same quality as Krishna. Krishna is made of completely spiritual energy, and we, the conditioned souls, are also made of spiritual energy. We're like little Krishnas. Because we are like little Krishnas, we get that desire to enjoy as Krishna does. Because it is Krishna's happiness to always just enjoy. That is his natural function, to enjoy. And for us to really feel happy, to really feel joy, we have to engage in our natural function. Our natural function is to serve Krishna. When we serve Krishna, that is our natural condition. We become so happy. Okay? Now, the problem is, because we became envious of Krishna, we wanted to enjoy separately from him, we decided, why won't I enjoy separately from Krishna? So it is the free will of the individual soul that makes him veer away from Krishna. This hand is part of the whole body, isn't it? This hand, part of the whole body. And this hand has its own natural function. Each limbs of the body has its own natural function to perform for the body to become useful and happy, right? The hand's natural condition is to serve the body. If there's food on the table, you get the food, put it in your mouth, okay? And then the function of the mouth and the dentures, yeah, they start to eat the food and then throw it in the stomach. The stomach's function is to make it so that the food will give nutrition to the body. So the nutrition of the body now, with all the different parts of the body, yeah, will help with one another to make it so that the nutrients will be spread throughout the body, so that every limbs of the body becomes happy, including the hand. The reason why the hand is happy like this is because it did its natural function. What if this hand decides not to? You know, I've been serving you for so many years already, body. Now I want to enjoy separately from you. I want to enjoy the food. Yeah, I'm always feeding it to you. I'm always feeding it to the mouth, etc. Why can't I just have it on my own? This is exactly what happened to us. We became envious of Krishna, the reason why we're here in the material world suffering. Because the hand, if it's not used in its natural condition, yeah, can also say that why can't I just enjoy the food myself? If there's the food, the hand goes there, tries to enjoy the food by mashing it, touching it, etc. Trying to play around on the plate of the food, etc. Yeah, but after so many hours, you can see that the hand becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. Towards the end of the day, wala na siyang lakas. The hand now becomes very, very weak. You think the hand will be happy like this, trying to enjoy separately from the body? Of course, everybody knows that it's not going to happen, isn't it? It's not going to happen. The hand can only be truly satisfied and happy when it's doing its job, when it's doing its function. Get the food, put it in the mouth, etc. And the nutrients will go to the stomach, and the stomach will distribute all of its energy, nutrients throughout the body, including the hand. The hand now becomes very, very useful. So similarly, we are like this. We decided not to serve Krishna. In other words, we misuse. We misuse our freedom. Every one of us, we have our freedom. May freedom po talaga tayo eh. But because of the misuse of this freedom, yeah, we misuse it. Remember, the basis of love is freedom. There can never be love without freedom. That's why even here in the material world, we cannot force somebody to love us, isn't it? Can you force somebody to love you? Yeah, you kidnap somebody whom you want to be a wife. Kidnap her, put her inside a room, and and lock that room so that she will be yours. Just thinking like this. You just provide her with food like this every day. You think that that person can ever love you like this? Yeah, you're totally destroying. You're totally destroying her happiness. So this is the reason why we're in the material world right now, because we wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna. And the material world is a place that Krishna designed to make it so that we can learn from our mistakes. We can learn from our mistakes. The purpose of existence, the goal of life really, is to rekindle our long-lost loving relationship with Krishna. That is the purpose of existence. The purpose of existence is not just coming here and trying to enjoy everything that we survey. Because this is the mentality of the materialists. The mentality of the materialists is that I come here, I work, I survey, I earn this much, etc. Now I am very, very now I am very, very rich and wealthy with very, very good education. You know, I graduated from very prestigious universities. And I think that with all these facilities that I have, that can give me the ultimate happiness. The ultimate happiness that I am desiring. But the problem is that it doesn't give one the ultimate happiness. No matter how like successful you are, no matter how wealthy, yeah, and famous you are, etc. You can never be happy with material acquisition, with material sensual enjoyment. It's not possible, because it is not our natural condition. It is our perverted condition. That's why the material world is a place where it is all just simply a perverted reflection of what it is in the spiritual world. Everything that we have in the material world is also there in the spiritual world. I mean, here we're dealing with individuals, etc. Yeah, we're dealing with important people. We're dealing with people who are desolate, etc. We're dealing with every type of persons or people here in this world. We're dealing in the same way in the spiritual world. It's like that. Not only are we dealing with so many people, with so many individual souls there, but we're dealing with the Supreme Soul, Krishna. So to say that Krishna is impersonal, to say that Krishna doesn't have any variegatedness, to say that the spiritual world is simply just a blob of light or dazzling effulgence is really a foolish thought, because it is not based on reality. It is not based on reality. If indeed we are non-persons, why are we here? Why are we studying? Why are we interacting with each other? It's actually very, very easy to defeat the so-called philosophy of the impersonalists. Important of which is to ask the question, if there is no individuality, if we're just simply one, how come we're studying the Bhagavad Gita? How come we're studying the Vedanta Sutra? Yeah, because you have to remember the impersonalists, the Mayavadi impersonalists are also they have a lot of Vedic scholars. Why are they studying if they do not accept that there are also other individuals? Because as far as they're concerned, we're all just one. There is no individuality connected to our existence. Hindi ba parang foolishness yun? That's why Mayavadi impersonalists or Mayavadi impersonalism leads one to atheism and materialism. Because if I was God, and there's no one else here except me, and I am God, my function is to enjoy. So when I'm in the material world, that will be my function. I will be the super materialist there is, the super atheist that is, because somebody who thinks that he is God doesn't believe any individual higher than him, because he thinks that is him, that is his individuality. But at the same time, they try to destroy the word individuality. No such thing as individuality. But I am aware that I am existing, but I don't even have an individual existential being. So it is foolishness. Really, it is foolishness. Not based on reality, and it is not based on practicality. Okay? So let's continue our reading.
Text 18.
Yep.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the controller of immortality and fearlessness, and he is transcendental to death and the fruitive actions of the material world. O Narad, O Brahman, it is therefore difficult to measure the glories of the Supreme Person. The glories of the Lord in the transcendental 75% of the Lord's eternal potency are stated in the Padma Puran, Uttarakhanda. It is said there that those planets in the spiritual sky, which comprises the 75% expansion of the internal potency of the Lord, are far, far greater than those planets in the total universes composed of the external potency of the Lord. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the total universes in the external potency of the Lord are compared to a bucketful of mustard seeds. One mustard seed is calculated to be a universe itself. In one of the universes in which we are now living, the number of planets cannot be counted by human energy. And so how can we think of the sum total in all the universes which are compared to a bucket full of mustard seeds? And the planets in the spiritual sky are at least 3 times the number of those in the material sky. Such planets, being spiritual, are in fact transcendental to the material modes. Therefore, they are constituted in the mode of unalloyed goodness only. The conception of spiritual bliss, Brahmananda, is fully present in those planets. Each of them is eternal, indestructible, and free from all kinds of inebriaties experienced in the material world. Each of them is self-illuminating and more powerfully dazzling than, if we can imagine, the total sunshine of the millions of mundane suns. The inhabitants of those planets are liberated from birth, death, old age, and diseases, and have full knowledge of everything. They are all godly and free from all sorts of material hankerings. They have nothing to do there except to render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord Narayan, who is predominating deity of such Vaikuntha planets. Those liberated souls are engaged incessantly in singing songs mentioned in the Samaved. Vedai Sangha Pada Kramo Panishadai Nishadair Gayanti Yam Samadha. All of them are personifications of the five Upanishads. Tripada Vibhuti, or the 75% known as the internal potency of the Lord, is to be understood as the kingdom of God far beyond the material sky. And when we speak of Pada Vibhuti, or the 25% comprising his external energy, we should understand that this refers to the sphere of material world. It is also said in Padma Puran that kingdom of Tripada Vibhuti is transcendental, whereas the Pada Vibhuti is mundane. Tripada Vibhuti is eternal, whereas the Pada Vibhuti is transient. The Lord and his eternal servitors in the transcendental kingdom all have eternal forms which are auspicious, infallible, spiritual, and eternally youthful. In other words, there is no birth, death, old age, and disease. That eternal land is full of transcendental enjoyment and full of beauty and bliss. This very fact is also corroborated in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, and the transcendental nature is described as Amrut. As described in Ved, I cannot pronounce this, Uttamataya Seshana. The Supreme Lord is the Lord of immortality, or in other words, the Lord is immortal. And because he is the Lord of immortality, he cannot award immortality to his devotees.
He can award.
I think I am missing something. He is the Lord of immortality. He can award immortality to his devotees. Sorry, sir. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, text 16, the Lord also assures that whoever may go to his abode of immortality shall never return to this mortal land of threefold miseries. The Lord is not like the mundane Lord. The mundane master or Lord never enjoys equally with his subordinates, nor is a mundane Lord immortal, nor can he award immortality to his subordinate. The Supreme Lord, who is the leader of all living entities, can award all the qualities of his personality unto his devotees, including immortality and spiritual bliss. In the material world, there is always anxiety or fearfulness in the hearts of all living entities. But the Lord, being himself the supreme fearless, also awards the same quality of the fearlessness to his pure devotees. Mundane existence is itself a kind of fear, because in all mundane bodies, the effects of birth, death, old age, and disease always keep a living being compact in fear. In the mundane world, there is always the influence of time, which changes things from one stage to another, and the living entity, originally being avikar or unchangeable, suffers a great deal on account of changes due to the influence of time. The changing effects of eternal time are conspicuously absent in the immortal kingdom of God, which should therefore be understood to have no influence of time and therefore no fear whatsoever. In the material world, so-called happiness is the result of one's own work. One can become a rich man by dint of one's own hard labor, and there are always fear and doubts as to the duration of such acquired happiness. But in the kingdom of God, no one has to endeavor to attain a standard of happiness. Happiness is the nature of the spirit, as stated in Vedanta Sutra. Anandamayo Bhashyat. The spirit is the nature full of happiness. Happiness in spiritual nature always increases in volume with a new phase of appreciation. There is no question of decreasing the bliss. There is no question of decreasing the bliss. Such an unalloyed spiritual bliss is nowhere to be found within the orbit of the material universe, including the Jannalok planets, or for that matter, the Maharlok or Satyalok planets. Because even Lord Brahma is subject to the laws of fruitive actions and the law of birth and death. It is therefore stated here, Duryataya, or in other words, spiritual happiness in the eternal kingdom of God cannot be imagined even by the great brahmachari or sannyasi who are eligible to be promoted to the planets beyond the region of heaven. Or the greatness of the Supreme Lord is so great that it cannot be imagined even by the great brahmachari or sannyasi. But such happiness is factually attained by the unalloyed devotees of the Lord by His divine grace. Haribol.
Wow. Haribol. Thank you very much, Mr. Pravin. So the disparity between the material worlds, yeah, and the spiritual world is described here, very, very detailed now. That in the spiritual world there is no material energy whatsoever. It is all spiritual energy. Therefore, there is no birth, diseases, old age, and death. Because only in the material platform can we find birth, diseases, old age, and death. In the spiritual world, there is none. It is always unchanging. And also, in the spiritual world, there is no such thing as time. In the material world, we're under the laws of the material nature, the three modes of material nature. We're under the laws of time. That's why we always suffer. Undue worries and undue material pangs. Why? Because of the element time. Because in the material world we have tomorrow, and then we have yesterday, and we have present here. Yeah. So the materialists, they are over worry about how they can earn money or how they can make it so that they can be successful tomorrow, like this. So they put up plans in order for that to be successful. So it is an unnecessary endeavor, really. And as you notice, the materialists always they try to dwell on what happened in the past. This is what I did in the past. This is the things that I learned from the past, like that. So there is always this disturbances of the law of time. But in the spiritual world, there is no tomorrow, and there is no yesterday. Everything in the spiritual world is present now. Ngayon lang. Wala nang tomorrow, wala nang bukas, wala nang kahapon. And it is described here that in the spiritual sky, in the spiritual world, the happiness derived from engaging in devotional service to Krishna, which is considered to be our natural function, is always ever increasing yung happiness ganon. There is no time wherein this happiness got decreased. Unlike here in the material world, the so-called sensual pleasure or the so-called happiness that we have here in the material world is very, very temporary. They can be happy now, but tomorrow there's something happened, something bad happens, etc. Because of the threefold miseries. Sometimes it is caused by other living beings, sometimes it is caused by simply our mind and body, and sometimes it is caused by natural natural calamities. So there is always this reasons why we are suffering in this world. But in the spiritual world, there is no such time, and there is no such misery and anxiety. You're always just happy, continuous happiness. It is described, no? Even in the Bhagavad Gita, that the happiness is actually ever increasing happiness. That is our natural condition. If we stick to that, if we follow the instructions of our Gurudev, instructions coming from the Shastras, we can really achieve this. We can achieve the purpose of existence, the goal of life. We can achieve that. It is possible. And as soon as we achieve it, we are we have the ticket to the spiritual world. But the problem is that we always get to follow the dictates of Maya, the dictates of our mind, the dictates of our desires and attachments here in this world. And that is the reason why, instead of us feeling eternally blissful, we are always full of anxiety. So it is very, very clear that the material world is not our home. Anybody who says that this is our home, that we can find real happiness in the material world, is actually cheating. They are a cheat. And all of the planets in the spiritual world are self-illuminating. Can you say that?
Self-illuminating.
Yes. Self-illuminating. Hindi na kailangan na external source to light it. Unlike here in the material world, it is described in the Bhagavad Gita and in the Srimad Bhagavatam that the material world is really dark by nature. It is really dark because it is a place of suffering. So it's really dark. But with Krishna's unconditional love for us, He even gave us light in the form of the sun and the moon and the stars. Yeah. From the sun we get electricity, etc. Like this. But naturally, the material world is very dark. Dark talaga yan. It's very, very dark. Hindi yan ano. It's not a it is not self-illumined. Unlike in the spiritual world, all the planets there are self-illumined. Hindi na kailangan ng outside source because it is illuminating itself. Because that's the spiritual world. Dito nga, pag masama ang araw, pag masama ang panahon, natatakpan ng clouds yung sun, right? So paminsan, alauna ng hapon or 12 noon, the feeling is that parang gabi na ata, parang 6 o'clock na. Kasi partially it is covered. The sun's light is partially covered by the clouds, by the rain clouds. So, I think we're running out of time. If you have any questions, you may ask. If you have any questions, may question ba kayo? Lagyan mo ng water. No questions? Sige. Walang questions. Who is in charge for the exit kirtan?
Ay
Rhea?
po, Sir Isaac. Andito po kayo, Sir Isaac.
Parang wala yata si Isaac. Yung kanyang nalag out ano? Nalag out siya.
Sino po tong si Hari G? Ito po sir sa ano? Yung
No, I don't know. Hari G, can you identify yourself? Hari G. Hari G, baka wala siya dyan sa ano. Wala siya sa kanyang computer siguro.
Lagaw po sir sila Sir Isaac. Kanina andito po sila.
Baka nag-brown out. Dito nga, brown out din dito kanina where I am. Kaya nga medyo na-late ako ng konti dahil nag-brown out eh. Okay, so si Elinet is here. She can do again the kirtan. Wala namang problema.
Ari po, Ma'am Eleanor.
Elinet?
Yes po, yes po.
Sige. Kirtan tayo lahat. Exit kirtan. Elinet, nagpe-prepare ka pa ba?
Ay, naka-mute pala. Haribol, sorry sir. I'm starting na sir. Krishna.
Krishna. Krishna.
Namao Vishnu Padaya. Krishna Prestaya Bhutale. Srimad Sida Swarupananda. Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Namo Sida Swarupananda. Paramahamsa Namine. Gora Karuna Swarupaya. Radha Krishna Prasayate. Raja Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadara. Shri Vasudeva Bhaktivinoda. Raja Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadara. Shri Vasudeva Bhaktivinoda.
Haribol.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Jai Gurudev. Haribol. Salamat po.
Haribol, maraming salamat, Elinet and Bam. Thank you for the wonderful intro and extra kirtan. Maraming salamat. I'd like to take the opportunity by thanking our admin in the room, si Mr. Freddie Merck, good friend of mine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you rin. Maraming salamat. And of course, Rhea. And to all those who read, thank you very much. Also, I would like to thank Johnner, Mina, and Kalkidas for their services as always. Sila yung co-host. Thank you very much.
Daghang salamat, Sir Haribol, Hare Krishna.
Daghang salamat sa Jai Krishna, Haribol. So, Rhea, it's all yours.
Thank you very much din po si Radha, and thank you po sa lahat ng umattend. Sir Pravin for reading, Ma'am Ellen for the opening and closing kirtan, Sir George for co-hosting. Haribol, namaste everyone. Jaya Gurudev Krishna.
Haribol. Jai
Haribol.
Krishna, Haribol, namaste. Yep.
Krishna Krishna. Good night everyone. Haribol. Signing off.
Good night.